check it. Alright guys, we got a video for you. AMC, GME, SPY, Bitcoin, and SQQQ. We're going to be looking at these stocks, the charts, the facts, the data, looking at numbers, data, technical analysis, and seeing what it's saying to me. This is my research, sharing it out for all of you guys. Make sure that you do your own research before buying any stock or crypto asset. This video is not financial advice. Let's go ahead and hop in, and hopefully you guys are having a great day. Tomorrow is the start of the weekend. Let's get ready. This is what you need to know for tomorrow's trading day. Let's go.
Alright guys, what is up? You are back for another video with Datazero. In this video, we're going to be looking at AMC, GME, SPY, our favorite stocks, as well as the cryptocurrency market. This is your daily update and prediction. This video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. Please do your own research and due diligence before buying any stock or crypto asset. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop in the charts, the facts, and the data, and see what we have. Now, obviously, guys, this isn't what we want to see on AMC, right? This isn't what we want. We want to see a move to the upside. Unfortunately, we broke key support and resistance and had to pay the price, seeing a big drop down. Now, everyone's asking me, is this a bear flag? Guys, you know I got to keep it 100 with you. Potentially, yes. The fact that it is rounded is good. We do want to see a break above the key level of $7.48. We have to hold that as support. So if we can see $7.48 used as support, we have a chance to negate the potential bear flag that's being made. Now, I don't have all the touch points necessary to make any type of pattern yet. Not a cup and handle, nothing like that. Not even on the smaller time frames. I have nothing. So we're basically looking at this downwards move and then this sideways consolidation. If we see a break below $7.36 and use as resistance, you're going to see a continuation down, and we're going to be having to look at $7.25 as support. So again, if you see price start to slip underneath this $7.37, $7.38, that range right there, you're going to start seeing price move down rapidly to potentially retest $7.25. Now, I do want to point out that we do have some bullish divergence. You guys can see RSI is trending up while the price is trending down. This is on the 5-minute time frame, so the bullish divergence is on the micro time frame, but it will build out to the larger time frames. I do believe AMC is potentially trying to find a bottom in this range, but right now there are fear of dilutions. There's FUD of dilution. I don't even think they're really selling any shares right now, but I think they're just causing a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and manipulating the price down to try to shake people out. Again, guys, this is going to be one long battle of constantly trying to be shaken out of your position. Especially, you have to think about it in the long game, guys. Think about it in the big picture. They're trying to squeeze us every way possible, with inflation making rent higher, mortgages higher, with rates going up, food costing more, gas costing more. Squeeze us every way possible to make us sell all of our assets. That way we own nothing and we are happy. So guys, we have to see ourselves through. Now, what are we looking at for AMC? Well, we do have the bullish divergence here building up on the 5-minute time frame, and then the 10-minute time frame, we do have green MACD on the 10-minute time frame. On the hourly time frame, it is bearish, but it is starting to curl up, and we are oversold. Also, if we go ahead and pop on the Bollinger Bands, you will see that on the larger time frames, we were outside of the bands earlier. That's what I said. I posted that we will get a bounce back to the upside, probably making a candle with the wick on the higher time frames. And you can see that we did get a wick style candle right here, getting a slight pop back to the upside. And again, AMC will recover. RSI is oversold, and price is outside of the Bollinger Bands here on the 4-hour time frame. And I do think we will see, obviously, we will see price return back inside of the bands. Now, still on the daily time frame, still have that bearish MACD. But guys, look how well we're holding up with the bearish MACD. Yes, we're having a move down, but we made a gap fill to the upside, which will get filled. And we are trying to hold these key levels, and we're not really going that deep into the bearishness yet. Now you can see how deep we went into the bullishness. Will we see that kind of move for the bear side? We're going to find out, but it looks like we are already starting to build up momentum and possibly shifting it where we could build a bottom and start to move back to the upside. Now, I wish I had more good news for you guys. I do think AMC is obviously going to recover. You can see here on the smaller time frame, Bollinger Bands are constricting with bullish divergence and green MACD. I think, again, if we could see a move above $7.50, you could see that push to $8, okay? So the key levels that we're going to be looking for tomorrow are $7.50. If you see that used as support and confirm that support, you could have that potential push to $8. We do have bullish divergence building up. If you see a move below $7.36, you could see a move down to retest $7.25. As far as prediction for what I think we could potentially see, basically kind of flat pre-market, maybe even trending up slightly, coming back down and retesting these lower levels before moving back to the upside. This is what I'm looking at as far as prediction wise. Let's go ahead and look at some of the numbers so we can see what we're looking at. You guys can see they don't have nearly as many shares because they have been using it to pummel the stock down. Again, they're trying to use fear, uncertainty, and doubt with short shares, combining all of these things to push the price down as far as possible, shake people out, confuse people, get people to get tired of the play, just wash their hands of it. Me personally, I'm still holding, and I'm going to be holding for quite some time. It looks like this is going to be a long battle, and I am going to be here. Now, we can see that they are using their shares, and they have been using these shares, but guys, they only have 1.7 million left. They always have about 3.3 to 4, so this is a lot less than normal. But you guys can see they've been absolutely dumping, just loading up, dumping, loading up, dumping, loading up, dumping repeatedly, trying to push this thing down, and all of those shares only got us down to these ranges. AMC is gaining strength and building a bottom, in my personal opinion. When in doubt, zoom out, and if you look, it looks like we're starting to have an uptrend, overall uptrend, and trying to hold these key levels. And of course, we have all the gap fills to the upside. Now, this is what I'm looking at for AMC stock. Let's show you guys what's going on with SPY. I want to talk about SPY, and then I want to talk about GameStop. We'll also talk about Bitcoin as well. Let's look at some of the data that we can look at here. And then let's also just give you guys short interest numbers for GME and AMC. So short interest for GameStop, and this is going to be reported by Ortex, is 20.52%. This is GameStop. Utilization is 85.30%. Cost to borrow is 2.96%. Shares on loan is 72.73 million. Days to cover is 24.36. Now, AMC is 7.80% on short interest. Utilization is sitting at 47.70%. Cost to borrow is at 1.79%. Shares on loan, 22.26 million. Days to cover, 1.22, and those are going to be numbers from Ortex. If we're looking at Fintel is reporting the short interest currently right now at $9.37. $9.37. As far as crypto is concerned, guys, crypto is pulling back today, and most of the altcoins as well. And then as far as data we need to look forward to for tomorrow's trading day, obviously tomorrow is going to be Friday, so we need to be looking for, and again, this is going to be this right here, we're going to be looking at building permits. So that's coming out. This I don't really think is going to be affecting the market too much, but it is a 3-star event, so you do want to just look for volatility. Next week is more of the event that we're going to be looking for for a lot of volatility as well, which is FOMC. That's going to be on Tuesday, November 21st. Now let's go ahead and check out SPY. So SPY, guys, is sitting at the top of the bands. You can see it hit its head on the bands here on the daily time frame. Right now, potentially bullishly consolidating, even maybe seeing a pop to the upside out of this potential bull flag. You guys can see that it kind of has this sloping resistance that's getting that got tested and broke out to the upside. If SPY can break above 451, okay, 451.35, 451.25 in that range, and use that as support, you're going to see a nice move to the upside. There's a gap fill up at about 440 445 in that range. I think that's what we would see. We'd probably see a quick pop to the upside before it overall move to the downside. Guys, I still am bearish on SPY overall for the macro, okay? When it comes to the macro, I do not think that this is going to be the recovery. Yes, it is possible that I could be wrong, but I do not think this is going to be the recovery where we go into a new bull market, in my personal opinion. I think that Bitcoin is going to be decoupling from stocks. I think it's starting to prove that it's decoupling from stocks, but I do not think that SPY is going to be going into a new bull market. There's many gap fills to the downside now. RSI is getting close to overbought, so you guys can see that here. And if you wanted it to go to all-time highs, and if you wanted it to continue to move higher, you would want it to make a higher high. You wouldn't want RSI this high while we're at this price. You would want to be at the previous price or higher while RSI is getting to this level. The fact that RSI is at this level and we're still at a lower high than this local high here is not good at all. And in fact, if you zoom out, we're making even lower highs. So lower high, and if we top out and do not make a higher high here, that is going to be a lower high. And I do believe we are going to be topping out. I don't think we're going to be able to break above the previous high that we had before here at that 457 level. I don't think we're going to be able to break above that. I think that if we do see a pop to the upside, it would probably be to about the 455, 454 range, maybe even a 457 double top, but I don't think it would be able to break above that level. This is where the top of the bear flag is, and I think that's going to be tested. I think we're going to see a move possibly to the upside if this bear bull flag that we're looking at on the smaller time frame plays out, where you see it hit its head and then start to work its way back down, filling these gaps. So this is what I'm looking at for SPY on the short and long term. I also want to point out the bearish divergence. You can see that price is drifting up while RSI is drifting down. This is on the larger time frames. If we zoom in, we can see that there's also bearish divergence as well. Price is drifting up, RSI is drifting down. So again, this is not a healthy rally. RSI is getting overbought on the higher time frames. You can see on the 4-hour time frame, RSI is overbought. MACD is bearish. On the daily time frame, RSI is getting close to overbought, and then on the 2-hour time frame, you can clearly see the bearish divergence, price trending up while RSI is trending down. Again, all very unhealthy things with bearish MACD. Now it does look like we could potentially see a quick pop to the upside because of this bull flag, and of course bearish divergence will play out, but it does tend to allow the stock to drift up the same way bullish divergence allows the stock to drift down slightly before the overall move does play out. But the one thing about divergences is that they always do end up playing out. So I do think we could see a quick pop to the upside before an overall move down on SPY. You do want to be careful if you're trading on Fridays, because Fridays is call option days, basically where they're going to be trying to close it around max pain. If we go ahead and look at SPY max pain, and we'll look at AMC max pain as well, you guys will see that SPY's max pain currently is at 450, and then AMC's max pain, and this is where they're going to try to keep the stock. So SPY's max pain is at 448, guys. 448. SPY's max pain is at 448, so we might see a little bit try to move to the downside, but again, I do think we're seeing a short squeeze that's catching the market off guards. So we could potentially see that pop to the upside that I told you guys about. Keep that in mind. And then keep the key levels in mind of 450, 25. If used as support, you're going to see that pop to the upside. Most likely, we're going to see that pop to the upside, guys. Something like this, like I'm showing you here with this white dotted line. But just make sure that if we do break below 448.75 and use that as resistance, that's when you're going to see a move to the downside and rapidly coming down to fill its gaps with the bearish divergence starting to playing out. SQQQ is starting to look like it's potentially making a bottom. Potentially it's probably going to retest 1580. This is dirt cheap for this right now, not financial advice. This is shorting the market. I am still holding my position and doing my trading plan as I have said back in the past in previous videos, sticking to the plan, accumulating in this range under $20 and selling at these gap fills up here at 25 and about 30. There's multiple gap fills here to the upside, but it looks like SQQQ is potentially bottoming and it's making this falling wedge, which would insinuate that SPY is reaching a top and potentially getting ready to see maybe one more push to the upside, because SQQQ will double bottom off of this $15 level, 1580, and then get a bottom. So that would exactly correlate with SPY getting a push up, then a move down. But guys, this is what I'm looking at for SPY in the overall market. Bitcoin, I do think, is going to continue to see somewhat of a pullback. If it can reclaim 36,500, you could see a move up to about 38,000. But RSI is getting overbought, guys, on the higher time frame. So it's just time for Bitcoin to get a pullback. Daily MACD is starting to go bearish. So again, this is not anything unnatural. This is going to be a healthy pullback where you could accumulate more, not financial advice, before a bigger move up. I think we're going to see a bull run 2024. And why do I think this? When the macro, you guys can see green monthly MACD, and then we also have buy signals on the super trend. If you go ahead and go to the super trend on the weekly time frame and then pop on the super trend, you have buy signals, which normally correlate with massive bull runs as well. So I do think we're going to see a bull run for crypto in 2024. In my personal opinion, it's probably going to go into about mid 2024, maybe late 2024. But guys, this is pretty much everything I have for you. Let's just quickly look at GameStop. GameStop, I did put out a short update saying, hey, you might want to take profits because it looks like this thing's not going to be able to get much higher because it had this sloping resistance, which it couldn't get above. It used it as resistance, couldn't get above it, couldn't break back above it. I was thinking it might be able to, but then it got a immediate rejection and then got a big move down, potentially making a bear flag. And there was a gap fill down here. You guys can see that I had it marked here. So it did fill that gap. So it is good that GameStop came down and filled this gap so we can actually get rid of this. But the fact that GameStop made a higher low is what's bullish. If GameStop continues to hold these levels, that's going to be bullish. And the same thing, guys, when in doubt, zoom out. I think GameStop is literally right here. And you can see after you get that V-shaped style recovery, you get a quick drop back to the downside. Look at what GameStop did. V-shaped style recovery and then quick drop back to the downside. But it's not a lower low. It's not a lower low than that final capitulation. And if we look right here, that final capitulation, and then look, you go down some more, but it's not a lower low. So if we continue to track and don't make a lower low than $11.83, that's going to be extremely bullish for GameStop. I do think we're in the depression phase, nearing it, the end of it. I think we're in the depression phase for both AMC and GameStop. Again, this is going to be shaking the last bit of paper hands out, causing seller exhaustion. Literally all of the sellers have to get exhausted. It has to get everyone out that's going to sell. Then once everyone out that's going to sell, then you could start building a bullish base, start getting new investors, and start moving back to the upside. But it literally has to cause seller exhaustion, getting every single last person out that's willing to sell until there are no more sellers left. You can see GameStop has a buy signal here on the 4-hour time frame that is very, very bullish, but it is getting a bearish MACD. But it does look like GameStop is starting to build a base here. You want to see it break back above $12.50, which it is currently, and use that as support. If we can maintain at these levels, you have a shot for $13. But remember, they're going to be trying to push this thing down. Let's see what GameStop's max pain is, and they're going to be trying to push it to this level because it is Friday. And again, always be careful when you trade Fridays, guys. Always be careful when you trade Fridays because it is a heavily manipulated day. But GameStop's max pain, believe it or not, is at $13.50, and I actually do believe it could make a push up to $13 here on Friday. But again, watch for manipulation. They're going to be wanting to try to push this thing down, especially when they have AMC doing so well with the fundamentals improving. GameStop does have 1.2 million short shares available to borrow, which is a decent amount for GameStop. So again, they have a good amount of ammo to try to keep this thing down. So be careful if you are trading. Guys, don't be mad at yourself if you do have to get some puts to hedge your position. That's not only smart, that's a smart thing to do. to hedge yourself using puts, but you could also make some money that you could eventually buy more AMC shares, which helps everyone out. So it is not a bad thing making money on the way down so you can make money on the way up, and also help the apes out by buying more AMC and or GME. Me personally, I'm accumulating Bitcoin, AMC, GME, SQQQ, altcoins, and this is what I'm mainly focused on, making a few trades throughout the week. Now guys, this is the video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like, press subscribe for more content like this, and remember, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.
Alright guys, if you found the video informative, go ahead and drop a like. Press subscribe to join the DataZero family. The DataZero family is growing, pushing towards that key level of 10,000 strong. Cannot wait to get to that level. We are holding off on the live streams right now, but I will be returning to live streams during market open and close. We will be getting back into that, but right now we're taking a little bit of hiatus, getting everything back in order so we can come back stronger than ever. So I will be giving you guys these updates via video or live stream around this time, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time each day until the live streams are back. That way you are prepared. And also check out my shorts feed as well and my posts, because I'll be giving information there as well, and on the Discord. As always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.